Hey yo, how's it going, Ya Tu Sabes community? What's going on? And YouTube, it's your boy JTom Reactions. I'm back with another reaction. Today I'm reacting to The Ville because this motherfucker always cooks. He cooks so much that I have to put the YouTube video bigger so that way you guys could see the information. He cooks so much that I have to put the video bigger just so you guys can see the information. So, anyways, the Ville is about to cook. He's showing us Drake's leaked messages. They reveal his response to his exposer. Now, if you're wondering what exposer, we're talking about Ebony Prince. The Ebony Prince files continue. If you're wondering. Now, I'm not going to hold you up any longer. Okay? I'm not going to hold you up any longer. But if you guys want to be a part of the Ya Tu Sabes community, go ahead and y'all know what to do. Hit this button that's right here. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I make a new video. Also, go ahead and comment. Leave me what you think of what the Ville is cooking up and what I'm bringing to you guys. Okay? And if you guys want to follow me on the social medias, JTom Reactions, that's it. Also, that's my Cash App as well. Now, again, I'm not going to hold y'all up any longer. The Ville. Go ahead and cook. We're going to let you cook. Go ahead and cook. Go ahead and cook.
So I wanted to go over these DMs. If you don't know, Drake's DMs were recently linked by a
The
fan
Ville.
account. Somebody had leaked them, and everybody is finding out that Drake was being notified about everything that was happening in the rap beef, whether it was Kendrick Lamar posting stories about Not Like Us, or whether it was about Snow, or anything having to do with Ebony Prince. And those are the things that I wanted to talk about right now because I feel like these are the important things that I wanted to go over to explain to the people in detail why they matter to the story in such an important way. So as you
Now, if you don't know who Ebony Prince is, Ebony Prince was the person that exposed Drake after Meet the Grams. Ebony Prince is the one that explained what every single item in Meet the Grant in the album art or the track art of Meet the Grams. And if you don't know, the Ville made a couple videos about it. Fantastic Hip Hop also made a video about it. And if you guys want to see that, shout out to both of them. You guys can go and see. I wasn't a reactor yet, so that's why I'm pointing you to there. If you guys want more, a deeper explanation of who Ebony Prince is, go ahead. Go ahead. You guys know what to do. All right. Now, the Ville, continue to cook. I'm sorry I cut you off, bro.
could see by the first thing that we see here, it's the fan account sending Drake a message of him on live stream with Snow. This was a controversial streamer, and Drake were on live stream together. And then Drake responds to this, and we never knew what Drake's response to this was when it was circulating the internet. He says, "That ish not gonna work. That bit weird, not me." Basically saying that she's the one doing all these things. And then the fan account says facts, but they'll still try it anyways. However, I do want to point out that Drake, even though he is saying this, he is a person that did gift her a lot of things. A while back, he had gifted her equipment. Not only that, but when she was on live stream, he had gifted her 100 subs. So the fact that he's talking about her like this in the screenshots, I found real interesting, considering that he's been real nice to her publicly. Now in private, he's saying this about her. Well, let's just say that he's just trying to protect himself from what Snow was responsible of doing. So I thought it was interesting that he made a
Interesting.
response like,
Very, very interesting. If a person gives you streaming equipment, they're essentially promoting you. They're essentially sponsoring you. And for somebody to for you to come out and say what you're saying, I agree. She she does some weird shit, but you're essentially sponsoring her. Do you see what the Ville is actually saying right now? Do you see what he's saying? So that is very peculiar for you to say that. Very peculiar. But let's continue.
This considering that he had gifted her subs as well as bought her streaming equipment so that way she could do these streams that Drake is calling her out for. What's interesting is that he was a part of these streams as well himself for a moment in time. And sure enough, this coincides with Ebony Prince because eventually they ask him about Ebony Prince. Now, moving forward, they ask him about Not Like Us as well. They keep him updated about him and the video. And when it drops, moving forward, it also shows the other thing. It shows a very important part right here when they show him the Ebony Prince situation for the first time. Now, all these messages and text messages are in the beginning of the beef.
Okay. I'm going to say you can see that the a lot of people are saying that it's fake, but you can see him going to the page and refreshing to make sure that he hasn't been blocked. And he keeps going and going back to the DMs. These aren't screenshots. This is a video going back and forth to the messages on Instagram. And you can see him moving the messages to show that he's in the actual DMs of the person. So these are leaked. These are actual messages. And that's how you know that these are actual messages. So let's continue.
The beginning of the battle, you can see
Allegedly.
this is when they had shared the images that Ebony Prince started posting on Twitter. This was Ebony Prince sharing the photos of Christopher Alvarez. Christopher Alvarez was a gentleman in a wheelchair who was supposed to see Drake, and he later on had said that he was just listening to beats. But the story is very mixed up because Ebony Prince, of course, the person that we're talking about, who is sharing this information, had later on it came out and shared a video that revealed that Christopher Alvarez was waiting in the hotel till 4 a.m, waiting for Drake to show up. Very strange hours for anybody to wait for a celebrity at that time. Not only that, this is when the person had
Hey, nothing good ever happens after 2 o'clock in the morning. I first heard that quote on in a TV show, right? I think it was How I Met Your Mother. But after marinating on that, it's fact. Nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m. That's why a lot of clubs shut down at 2. It's a fact. Let's continue.
sent a picture of the Meet the Grams items that they were able to obtain from Drake while he was staying at this hotel also, because all of this happens at the Mark Hotel. Someone just posted your dad's stolen luggage. This is not his dad's luggage. This is Drake's luggage. The footage is recorded from a rooftop in Brooklyn near where Kendrick used to live at. Drake says still have no idea what that stuff is. The problem with this is that in the beginning of the beef, Drake always said that he planted the information. He always said that in the song. He always said it in the Heart Part 6. I planted the information.
Do y'all see that message? Still no idea what this shit is, lol. After looking at everything, he said it's Kendrick. So that means that he doesn't know. He doesn't know who posted this. He doesn't know what the fuck that is. He doesn't know what it is. So that invalidates. This removes all validation from the Hard Part 6.
waited days, whatever the case may be. Well, that's not true because now he's obviously saying he has no idea what it is. And this fan account is out here trying to say that it's Kendrick Lamar. It's not Kendrick Lamar. No, not at all. It's actually a security guard by the name of Darren Walker. Darren Walker is Ebony Prince, and he's showing you the receipts right here that he was a security guard at this hotel. And that's how he was able to get this information from Drake. That's how he was able to get these items from Drake. And that's how he was able to send them to Kendrick Lamar so that way Kendrick Lamar could use them as the Meet the Grams cover. All of this matches up with Snow as well because Drake was talking to Snow when he was staying at this hotel. If you could take a look here, you could see what he's wearing. It says Canadian, which is a very rare shirt to even have in the first place. Ebony Prince later on had shared this and showed that he still had
Oh yeah, that's your dad's shit, right? Drake, allegedly, that's your dad's stuff, right?
the shirt in his possession. Right here, you have the Meet the Gram shirt on the side, and then you have, which is not Drake's dad's shirt, and then you have Drake's shirt, which is confirmed to be Drake's shirt because he was wearing it on the live stream that he did at the Mark Hotel while he was talking to Snow. This is something that Ebony Prince also confirmed that Drake was doing while he was staying at the Mark Hotel, that he was doing this live stream with her, as well as doing other things such as going to the Popular Jewelry, where you could also see the receipt that he had left there. And there's multiple pictures online of Drake at Popular Jewelry where you could see him here. Again, I do not think that Drake was planting information. And the fact that he's saying and admitting that he doesn't know what it is just a clear indicator that he was lying about planting information. And I think he's
I just want y'all to marinate on that shirt. Just marinate on it.
not saying much because he's concerned about Ebony Prince. I personally feel that Drake is concerned about Ebony Prince. And if he's not, he probably should because Ebony Prince comes with a lot of receipts. And this is why these
Not only that, but Drake left a paper trail. He left a trail. Essentially, not a paper trail, but a trail of shit. You don't leave. Oh my God. Drake is cooked, man. We keep saying it, but Drake is cooked. There's too much shit coming out. There's a lot of shit coming out about this guy. And I just think he's cooked. He's donezo.
DMs matter because this is the first time we ever hear from Drake directly, straightforward, talk about Ebony Prince in this way. But even though he does so, he's not really talking about it. He's more so just acknowledging it, but refusing to give an actual answer. Because remember what Drake liked to be called at this hotel. I've said it time and time and again. Drake used to be called Mr. Richard Fitzenwell, an alias by Aubrey Drake Graham, aka Dick Fitzenwell. This is where he stayed for It's All a Blur tour. Need I go further? After party, give me a hug. Not only that, let me show you also the things that the security guard would say. Because this man was able to work at this hotel, he was able to get the Meet the Grams items. He was able to email them to Anthony Soleil. Anthony Soleil gave them to Kendrick Lamar, the pictures to Kendrick Lamar, and that's how Kendrick Lamar was able to get a hold of them. For that way, they could be the cover of Meet the Grams and do all of this, right? But look at what Ebony Prince would talk about when he would talk about the hotel that Drake would stay at. 3 months ago, I simply asked for the truth to be what came out. All that was given was more lies. I have yet to tell a lie. This is no different. Do you really think of all people I don't know when I see it? Trans appearing ex workers through the front door, appearing private guests in the wee hours of the night.
I just want y'all. I want y'all to read that. I want y'all to read that. as a security guard. There's footage of this shit. There should be footage of this shit. One more time for the people in the back of my office, all the people in the back of my office. Let's let's listen to this again.
Trans appearing ex workers through the front door, appearing private guests in the wee hours of the night through the back door. These are things that Ebony Prince is saying that he would see while he worked at this hotel. Now remember, this is the hotel.
Yo, just another another thing. People keep talking about how Kendrick is exposing a lot of shit, and he has a whole bunch of songs that have to do or deal with Drake. This is my own. After seeing this shit, okay? This is my own theory. What if Backdoor has to do with that? What if, allegedly, what if Backdoor is about this?
Through the back door. These are things that Ebony Prince is saying that he would see while he worked at this hotel. Now remember, this is the hotel where he got to meet the Grams items from Drake directly, and as well as exposing all these incriminating things that are occurring at this hotel while Drake is staying there, and things that are also occurring in general at this hotel that are pretty shady. A lot of shady things happening at this hotel that Drake decides to stay at. And what was interesting was that he was so upset. Ebony Prince was so upset about Drake, right? He was so upset about Drake causing issues for him at this hotel because of how he was living there, how he was staying there. It cost a lot of people their jobs as well. You see, you all assumed they were both fired when in fact only one was. The other from the security department resigned because he felt that nobody would believe him against Mr. Fitzenwell and his team. Video footage later.
If somebody has to use an alias to stay at a hotel, you know nothing good is happening. Especially if the name is Richard Fitzenwell. Just let that marinate just for just for a second.
Proved he acted properly, but it was too late. So this is Ebony Prince talking about a time where a security guard lost their job because they had to quit because it was either their word against Drake's, also known as Dick Fitzenwell. I wonder what that security guard had saw. I wonder what he had to do or experience to resign from his job because it was either him or Drake. Now going back to this post here, I'm not sure if this is
All that shit is gonna come out in the light one of these days. One of these days, Ebony Prince is going to just here's everything. And then we're going to be like, what? And then we're going to be here again. We're going to be here talking about it. And all the reactors that had to say allegedly, we're going to be like, hey, we tried. We tried telling y'all. We tried telling y'all. We tried.
what Ebony Prince was referring to, or if it had anything to do about the other escapades that Drake was involved in while staying at this Mark Hotel. Because there was a lot of things happening at this hotel while Drake was staying there. And Ebony
Allegedly.
Prince seems to know that there was something incriminating going on while Drake had stayed there. Keep it alleged, allegedly. But that's why this is so important, because this is the first time that Drake has acknowledged this. And he's admitting that he never planted these items. And these items have been something that Ebony Prince had found and he was telling the truth about. Not only that, had given more clues about the suspicions of this hotel and the activity taking place while Drake was staying there. And then you have this fan account trying to say that it was Kendrick Lamar, when that wasn't even the case at all. Because if you just did a little bit more research, you would find out that Ebony Prince, like we talked about on this channel, was a person that worked as a security guard, and this is his
Damn.
certificate proving that right in
He's
front of us.
got
So,
receipts.
because it is
Oh
not Kendrick Lamar,
shit.
it's a security guard that
Oh
worked at the
man.
hotel that's uncovering all of this stuff, right? This is
Here
why
we
this
go.
matters. And moving forward, this is also where the fan account tells Drake to tap into Academic's live stream that the guy who bought it, Not Like Us, is whistleblowing. And then Drake, as gullible as it looks, he says, that stuff is insane. I just landed. The fan account saying, I wonder how fans will.
What? I thought you planted the information. I thought you planted the information. What happened, Drake? This deserves this, man. I thought you planted the information, Drake. I thought you plotted for a week. What happened? Let's go. Let's continue.
Report on this. And then he says it's insane. Well, it turns out, moving into the future and then Drake having this lawsuit, it looks like Drake had to admit that this was a falsity and it couldn't be used in court. And now, from what it seems like, it looks like Drake was just falling for what fan accounts were telling him online, instead of doing his own due diligence and looking at what he could find himself, and through whatever other people that he could have paid to do so, could have paid a professional. Instead, you're looking at messages sent from fan accounts and just taking it from word of mouth. I don't think that's a good look at all. And it's crazy to think that Drake.
Look, to be honest with you, this is my assessment of the whole entire thing. Okay. This is my assessment of the whole entire thing. Drake is acting like a spoiled person. Like, he's acting like a person that knows that he has protection. I feel like UMG covered all his bases. And now this guy is spiraling out of control because he's figuring out that his protection has been lifted. Now that his protection is lifted, all of the breadcrumbs that he left behind, everything that he did in the past, is starting to come out into the light. That's what I believe, personally. Personally. My own personal opinion, allegedly. I will say that. It's alleged. But that's how he's acting. That's how I believe he's acting. Take it for how you want. Take it how you want. Let's continue. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think.
Drake really took this fan account seriously, at least serious enough to go and take what they said to the courts, and then you just so that way UMG could shut it down, and Drake willingly having to admit that this was false and had nothing to do with UMG or Payola or whatever the case may be. And then the video ends with Drake just saying a lot of things about players, basketball players, football players, think Patrick Mahomes' brother. But yeah, basically this is what Drake was talking about. So we could confirm right now that Drake did not plant evidence He never planted evidence. He didn't even have a clue what was going on. And I don't think he was expecting that to happen. And every time this fan account had brought up Ebony Prince, it looked like Drake was not trying to engage fully in this conversation. You could see him respond to everything else multiple times. But when it comes to the Ebony Prince scenario, it looks like he only gave one message. When it comes to everything else, it looks like he's quick to respond about everything. But when it finally comes to the Ebony Prince situation, they sent him at least 6 messages about Ebony Prince, and he only responded with one message. After that, he never talked about it again. They never brought it up to him again, at least from what we're seeing through these DMs that were exposed. And eventually the subject just changed to something else. That's when he started talking about the streams and things like that. So if you ask me, bro, I think he kept his opinions about Ebony Prince to a minimum for a reason. We'll keep it alleged. But from what the things that Ebony Prince has shared in the past and the way that Drake responds about it now, needless to say, Drake did not plant any information at all. And I feel like he might have been concerned when Ebony Prince had came out. It could make a lot more things difficult for Drake if he ever decided to come out with incriminating information. However, Ebony Prince has a different approach about things and isn't willing to just give information out like that. I believe he's looking for some type of compensation. From my understanding, he had did an auction, and then after the auction, he has switched to another platform to try to earn it that way. But as of right now, we finally get a response from Drake and how he feels about Ebony Prince. I don't feel like it's a good response, but I feel like it was enough
Damn.
for us to know that he feels uncomfortable. Y'all can tell me how you feel about this. Y'all tell me how you feel about the leaked DMs and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it a
Tell me what y'all thought about this in the comment section. Okay. Here are my closing thoughts. Drake, throughout this whole entire beef, whenever he had all the shit come out, meet the grams, not like us, he didn't know how to respond. So he made the Hard Part 6, which in the Hard Part 6, he says, I planted the information. I plotted for a week. The people you're getting your information are all clowns. I planted the information. That's where, in my eyes, that statement lost credibility. And that's why I never validated the Hard Part 6 as a diss. It was never a diss. That was him admitting that he lost, in a sense. Ebony Prince, he has receipts. I think I saw a tweet about him having videos and shit about it, allegedly. And if any of that shit comes out, like I said, we're gonna be we're gonna be here again talking about the shit. Those are my closing thoughts. Tell me what you guys thought of the video. If you guys want to be a part of the Ya Tu Sabes community, go ahead and hit this button that's right here. Also, the social medias, X and Instagram, you guys can go ahead and follow me on there. And if you guys want to send me a donation, it's not obligatory. You guys can do what you want. JTom Reactions, that's my Cash App. Also, go ahead and hit the notification bell whenever you do subscribe to the channel. Again, I appreciate the new subscribers that come in. I appreciate you guys. I can't grow this channel without you guys. I appreciate you guys. All right. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like the video. This has been your boy JTom Reactions. I'm out this bitch. Ya Tu Sabes. You already know. Let's fucking